not going to sugarcoat it. It's been a tough week for America. No matter what side of the aisle you've been on, we have all been processing what happened to Charlie Kirk and what's happened since. Honestly, I don't even know if I have the right words for this. But I do take comfort in knowing that I'm not the only one who can't seem to find the right words.
My condolences. I lost the sense after coaching. How are you holding up over the last 3.5 years?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty. It'll be an absolutely magnificent structure.
Well, we all grieve in our own way. To be fair to Trump, he is an old man, and when an old man wants to tell a story, it doesn't matter what you asked him about. Yeah, Uncle Marty, you want some coffee? You know, my dentist is an Asian lady. She dyed her hair pink. I told her, you look disgusting. But while the president is retreating into home renovations, the internet has been processing Kirk's death in a different way. If you've been on social media over the past week, you've probably seen some pretty shocking reactions to a public figure getting assassinated. There was celebration, there was mockery. Honestly, I found a lot of it so disturbing, I almost went back to Threads. I mean, I didn't. Nothing could make me go back to Threads, but I did think about it. And as expected, when people are being this shitty on the internet, there's gonna be backlash.
On social media, people who've criticized Kirk are being called out, their names and photos widely circulated.
Some people who celebrated his death are now under scrutiny from conservative activists. Those activists have created online websites to hold accountable those behind the messages. The website claims it's received more than 63,000 submissions so far.
Some employers already firing or suspending people for their posts about Kirk, impacting teachers, commercial pilots, doctors, and even NFL staff.
Even the NFL staff are getting fired? Oh, that's why the Giants suck. Unfortunately, this is a pattern we've gotten used to because we live in an internet landscape that is so toxic, even RFK wouldn't swim in it. So every horrible event tends to have the same cycle. One side starts posting their hot takes for clicks, and the other side tries to cancel them for it. But one thing is different this time. This time, the government's getting involved.
Employers, you have an obligation to get rid of people.
People say, oh, people have a right to say things. Well, actually, they don't necessarily have a right to say things. I think it is time for this to be a crackdown on people.
So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer.
Hold on. The vice president wants me to try to get people fired from their jobs? First off, as a white woman, we've been doing that for years, okay? Stop appropriating our culture. But secondly, is this what we want? The vice president's job isn't to lead an online mob. The vice president's job is to, okay, he doesn't really have a job, but you get my point. You get it. And look, a lot of people are saying that this is a left versus right thing, but truly, I think this problem goes so much deeper. Our discourse has been so poisoned by the internet that our elected officials are now using the power and resources of the federal government to carry out social media-style justice.
Secretary Pete Hegseth has directed his staff to look for posts from service members. Secretary of State Marco Rubio floated revoking critics' visas.
The power of law enforcement under President Trump's leadership will be used to find you, will be used to take away your money, take away your power.
Republican Congressman Clay Higgins of Louisiana posted he will use his congressional authority to get people banned for life from social media platforms, blacklist their businesses, and they should be kicked out of school and have their driver's licenses revoked.
All right, first of all, revoking someone's driver's license is not a punishment for them. It's a punishment for their friends, okay? I'm not driving Amy to the airport because you got mad at her tweets, Clay Higgins. You drive Amy to the airport.